What is up, Octo Nation? It's been what, like an hour since I've talked to y'all? Hey, okay, so there was just a big press conference with Trump and the buddies, and they were saying how they've got a plan to combat the cerveza, all right, the big bad virus, man. And they are going with the plasma play, the blood play. Now, the deal is they already named this for a vaccine earlier, and we talked about this in my last video earlier today. So check that out if you haven't. It's actual vaccine, but later on they're talking about plasma. Now, looking it up, I was looking at plasma companies and found one called SONN. Okay, and they've been known for kind of working on this. There's been hype about that already. So the White House just released they are going to use plasma for this. So you can see right here from investment news that Mr. Trump displays an affinity for hedge funds and other similar alternatives investments. His largest stake is in BlackRock Inc.'s. They've got an obsidian fund, so that's his largest stake. And he's also tweeted about them before and talked about BlackRock. In fact, I believe they're on the advisory committee or something for the White House. So BlackRock is deeply involved with Trump. Okay, but check this out. So you look up SONN, and for investor institutional holdings, guess who's the number one holding for SONN, the plasma company? Plasma development of working on stuff. They don't just like take plasma at your local bank, but they pull it and they move it around and do crazy stuff with it. Like, let me grab investor presentation real quick here. These guys like take it and move the cells around and do all sorts of super confusing stuff, okay? So low dose of SON08, low dose IL, diabetic perpetuate neuropathy, right? Okay. But anyways, BlackRock, biggest shareholder. They own 242,000 shares. And then this article came out, and it says the Trump administration recognized the potential of the concealed plasma early on. Months ago, the FDA and BARDA, that stands for, let me get it, the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. So this is like a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. This is, kind of like the FDA, but they're more like biochemical version of that. That's what that BRDA and private partners began work on making this product available across the country while continuing to evaluate data through clinical trials. Our work on convalescent plasma has delivered broader access to the product than is available in other country and reached more than 70,000 American patients so far. We are deeply grateful to Americans who have already donated and encourage individuals who have recovered from the cerveza to consider donating plasma. Thank you. Political pundits believe the urgency in the matter of President Trump, directed towards reviving his political fortunes ahead of this week's Republican National Convention. Yeah, he's trying to figure this out for sure. The hope of this is that infusions in antibody-rich plasma from those who have recovered from it can be injected into ill patients, kickstarting their immune system and allowing them to fight off the virus until they can generate their own antibodies. So that's how they're going to use it. And then down at the bottom of the article, it says stocks with exposure to the plasma space include number one, SONN, SONN Biotherapeutics, LMNL Liminal Biosciences, which is these two I was already talking about like an hour or two ago, and then Kamada, and that ticker is KMDA. So it's not official which one they're working with, but I mean, just look at that connection with SONN. I think that's a big deal. If you want to jump into this, you can. Obviously want to get in early, but just be careful because again, this is probably going to ride up super fast. I got super low floats on these, so it could be 20 minutes after the bell rings that people start taking profit or whatever. So just be careful if you do, but I wanted to prepare you and give you this extra information before the bell tomorrow. Thanks everybody. You have a good rest of the day.